Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done any videos focused on my fitness lifestyle, and there's a lot of reasons for this, but a big part of that is that in the fitness videos that I like to watch, I like seeing footage of whatever that person is talking about. It's a video after all, otherwise I'd do, I guess, a fitness podcast. That's a great idea, I should do a fitness podcast. But for me, someone who loves going to the gym and generally works out alone, I didn't want to just sit here and just talk into a camera without anything to show you, even though that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Anyway, getting into it, gyms are closed all around the country and I'm dying inside. So I've been working out at home, and I thought I'd share with you kind of what I've been doing and why I've been doing it and my mentality while doing it. And then hopefully it'll pay off with a really awesome thematic punctuation mark at the end of all of this that you guys will really appreciate, and then we'll all have a lot of fun. So first things first, I just want to talk about kind of my overall goals. Fitness is a big part of my life, but I always have the mantra of stay healthy, stay happy. That means that fitness doesn't have to be one thing. Fitness doesn't have to be big biceps. It doesn't have to be a huge deadlift. Those, though, they mean a lot to me. But it's more about the ability to keep moving and keep being happy with where I am and what my body can do for as long as possible. That's kind of why a lot of time was spent adapting the things that I like doing. I've been going to the gym for as long as I can remember. I like lifting weights. I like bodybuilding. These are the things that I've been drawn to after trying a bunch of stuff with exercise and fitness. And it's the stuff that's consistent for me. It makes me feel like I'm making progress. It's just what I enjoy doing. But I can't do that right now. So I've had to adapt, and the best way that I found to adapt, given everything, is calisthenics. The word calisthenics comes from the ancient Greek word kalos, which means beautiful. And sthenos, meaning strength, which can also mean great mental strength, courage, strength, and determination. So not just like physical strength, basically beautiful strength. Also, wait, hold on. The practice was recorded in use in ancient Greece, including the armies of Alexander the Great and the Spartans at the Battle of Thermopylae. It's no wonder that that's what I found to be my fallback for when I can't do the stuff that I want to do. I would naturally go with the things that Leonidas used before he got hit with all those arrows. So anyway, in like kind of the early months, I really tried hard to combine weights with body weight. I used a weighted vest a lot. I used bands and other things like that to try and get the feeling of being at the gym and doing the kind of moves that I would be doing at a gym. But at a certain point, I got really bored. So I did the best thing I do whenever I get bored, is I got a routine. The routine is from a website called CaliMove. They also have a YouTube channel. This is not an endorsement because they didn't ask me to recommend their program, and I bought it with my own money after doing my own independent research into routines I would like. But yes, having completed the entire routine of their home workout, I endorse it. Even though they didn't ask me to do it, but I did it anyway. They can't stop me, because I paid for it. It's got a lot of timed workouts where rep counts are less important than effort over time, and it's constantly varying. In the example that I want to show you today, it's mostly like timed rep on, and then timed rep off, and then timed rep on, and then timed rep off kind of thing. But there's other situations where you just set a timer and you try and do as many as possible. There's a lot of different varieties. There's pros and cons, of course, to all of this. One of the pros is that you can be absolutely spent after only a 20-minute workout, which is crazy for me because I'm used to spending like an hour, 90 minutes or something in a gym. The con of that, though, is that effort is entirely up to you and you holding yourself accountable for it. Essentially, that means that if you get in there and they say, oh, you're going to be working out for 30 seconds and then taking 30 seconds rest, and if the 30 seconds that you are working out, you barely do anything or you don't push yourself in any way, then yeah, you're probably not going to get anything out of it. But if you do 30 seconds and the next time you come back and you do 30 seconds and you're going, I have to get 1 more, 2 more reps, or I have to push myself as hard as I did last time or whatever, or I want to be tired by the end of this, you're going to be burnt the hell out. Another really important thing that this added kind of to my whole routine was that it has guided warm-ups, which is something I did every single time I did one of these calisthenic workouts. I am fully aware of the value of a warm-up routine. I'm taking this as my formal opportunity to tell all of you, please warm up when you work out. It's very important. But the thing is, when you're at the gym and maybe it's your lunch break and you're kind of rushing to get a workout in, even though you know the value of a warm up, and then you'll see a squat rack open up and then you'll go, if I'm not quick, that old lady's gonna get in there and start doing some curls. So I better grab it now, and then voila, you've run out of time to do your warm up, or you haven't done it entirely the way that you should. I just wanna emphasize that I did not cut corners with warm up, and it was everything. It was fantastic. That's enough of that, okay? Let's talk about this particular workout that I wanna show you. Also, another thing about this routine is that it didn't include any leg work. Lunges, squat jumps, pistol squats, all these things will blast your legs. Do not sell them short just because you don't have 6 plates on your back, okay? You can completely blow up your legs. There were tons of times where I finished a routine that had legs and I would wobble back to my desk, or I would wobble to the bathroom to take a shower or something like that, and legs go, what's wrong with you? And I go, I did legs. Jumping right into the actual workout, it starts with push-ups. And I want to emphasize here, good ones. Then it's also superset with Victorians, which is kind of wild considering how many decades I've been doing this, that I can find new exercises. And I also had to Google it because I had never heard of it. And normally it's done on rings by professional gymnasts, so I use chairs. That's where I'm at. The important thing here, and for all of this routine, is to focus on form and reps that count. You can do 1 rep that's worth way more than 20 if you do it right. If you don't believe me, you should check out videos of the 3-minute push-up. Go through the motions like I mentioned. This was a time on, time off, so there's a little bit of rest time, and then you jump right into the next one, a little bit of rest back and forth, finish those sets out, and then you move on to something that seems a little strange, but it's a push-up variation, and it's a side-to-side push-up. And this kind of stuff, I think, is actually really important in a home workout, because it's like hyper-focused training. The best way I can think of it is the calisthenic body weight equivalent of finding one of those cool, weird machines at the back of a gym that like focus specifically on like your inner bicep. These kinds of things, like the side-to-side push-up, are really, really good about blasting specific motion patterns, and then eventually you'll find out how they translate to helping you later on. Great stuff, things that I would not have thought to do otherwise. You superset this with rows. I think I'm gonna stop for a second here and let you know that since March of 2020, I've probably done enough rows to paddle across the Atlantic. They don't really get that much easier. It probably took less time for me to drag my deadlift max up like 200% than it did for me to get 3 more reps of rows on like one of my final sets. That's just an example of how power transfers in different ways and the importance of trying different things, because it seems on paper that you should be able to do rows, as many rows as you want to, but I assure you, you cannot. The good thing about my setup here is that very early on, I decided to get my hands on a set of rings. I will be using rings for the rest of my life because they are amazing. And the grip strength that was required for all of those rows really caused my forearms get pretty vast. I don't know if you guys can see, but I got some good vascularity in my forearms there. So do rows. Rounding out this particular workout, there were some arch ups, which is something else that's pretty new to me. It may look like it's a simple, silly thing, lifting your arms off the ground, your arms and feet at the same time off the ground. Sometimes you call them a Superman, but it will blast your whole posterior chain. You'll feel it from your shoulders all the way down to your toes. And speaking of shoulders, I love weightlifting, but I have had to do a lot of work to fix how tight it has made my shoulders, and this exercise is a great remedy for that, and I'm happy to say my shoulders are completely fixed. No, not even close. But they're much improved, which kind of brings me back to the end of this routine. I may not look it, but I'm definitely burnt, and this is the kind of thing that I would do 4 days a week, and then on my off days I would do something like yoga or maybe just ab work or whatever. This is a very narrow look at a kind of big routine that I've been focusing on, but it's kind of how I've been scratching that fitness itch since gyms have been closed. I just want to mention some final thoughts really quick. I miss weights so much. I miss the feel of a gym. I miss metal bars. I miss sliding plates on. I really miss that whole vibe of moving heavy things around. And I know what I've been doing has been good for me. And in some ways, it's actually been better because I've noticed improvements in my mobility, endurance, and honestly, several long-term injuries that I've wrestled with for quite a while have healed while working out from home. It has a lot of pros to it, but it just doesn't tick the box for me and for what I like and for what I like to get out of exercise. I want to tie that into kind of the bigger theme of this whole thing. There is no one size fits all solution for everyone. Fitness is and should be individualized. The end reward of being fit isn't the only value. A lot of it should be the fitness journey. And if you're miserable during that journey, you should start looking for a new path. And I promise you there is one out there for you. I'm doing something that should be good for me in all cases, but I'm just not clicking with it. It's just not something I would want to be doing forever. And as soon as I can be lifting weights, I will be lifting weights. But I've heard from so many people that they don't like going to the gym. They don't like lifting weights. But then they find something like jogging and they love it. There's gonna be something that you're gonna find that you're gonna go, oh my gosh, this is great. And it makes me healthier. You should search for that. I don't know if this is what you guys wanted. I don't even know if this is what I wanted out of this video, but I am very grateful to all of you for watching. If you enjoyed it, just go ahead and smash that like. I wrote it in my notes as SMUSH, that LOIKE, because I know it's important to say, but I couldn't even take myself seriously when I was doing it. But seriously, if you enjoyed this video, like it, comment below or shoot me a message on Twitter or Instagram. I want to do more of these videos. And to be honest with you, I am working on something that I hope will make my fitness journey more enjoyable and also allow me to share that and the things that I've gleaned from it with you. So thank you very much for watching. Stay healthy and stay happy.